I remember we didn't have basketball courts. We had milk crates, man. And we would cut the bottom out of crate and nail it to a pole in the alley and be out there shooting and playing basketball. One thing that I see people doing and a lot of talking about is these kids. It's a lot of talking and time wasting about what the kids is doing and how they choose to spend their time and why this ain't that and why that ain't this. They've long argued that kids need something to do. I agree. I think everybody needs something to do, not just kids. Grown folks need something to do. And the grown folks should be doing something before they get to the kids. If you're not doing nothing and your kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, whatever, if they watching you do nothing, how are you going to expect them to want to do something just because you built a community center or a bed? I don't think there's a shortage of that. There's no shortage of programs, community centers, basketball courts, football fields, baseball fields, soccer fields. It ain't a shortage of that. It ain't a shortage of iPhones, iPads, Apple Watches. It ain't a shortage of technology. Even if it wasn't something physical, mental stimulation is there for these kids. The resources are there. And if they got brand new Michael Jordan shoes on their feet, then I know it ain't a poverty issue, right? So what is the issue? Why can't these kids seem to find nothing constructive to do with their time? Why do they get involved with teen takeovers, gangs and drugs and things of that nature? Because they watching y'all do it. And y'all seem to think that you are exempt from this, that you don't have to set an example for the kids to look up to. You think you can just push them out there while you wasting time with your life and you not an elitist, you a thief of some sort. Yeah. Whether you stealing from people, stealing their money, clothes, whatever, or stealing their time, you a thief of some sort. And you think that them children is going to grow up to be something different only if they see something different. Not because you built a community center or a swimming pool and said, here's something fun for y'all to do. Yeah, they going to do it when they get ready to. Not saying that they never going to do it. Some of the kids benefit from it, but it was always there, man. It was always there. It ain't a shortage of it. I remember we didn't have basketball courts. We had milk crates, man. And we would cut the bottom out of crate and nail it to a pole in the alley and be out there shooting and playing basketball. Ain't even had nowhere to really dribble. And some of the rawest niggas I knew could shoot in that crate and it go right down that crate. And that was a hard thing to do, to shoot on crates, man. If you ain't never grew up in the hood for real, you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about playing in the alley and shooting on a crate. We ain't had no community center. We didn't even have a real basketball hoop. Y'all got all of that and still choose to not engage with it. That's because it ain't got nothing to do with you having a shortage of things to do. I want to watch this video, something that was on Instagram, where they maintain that the kids ain't got nothing to do. And I really disagree with that. I disagree with that. So let's check this out. See what I'm talking about. Liars. Bunch of liars. Bunch of time wasters, man. Just wasting time. That's all they doing is wasting time. And wasting your time, if you want to commit to them or if you want to invest in what they got going, it's going to be a waste of your time.
These teens got a chance to share their testimonies and experiences. They also talked about the lack of opportunities in their neighborhoods and how they want to see more safe spaces for them to go after hours.
There's so many pretty organizations that have so much funding, but it really doesn't do anything for the teens that need places to go after hours.
We're not just asking for miracles or handouts. We're asking for opportunity that we deserve. And when you give us that, we don't just take it. We transform it.
We belong in this city, and we need places to where we can truly belong and where we can feel like we can heal.
They took all the free spaces from us, and they expect us not to go to the beach or go downtown. But there's nowhere for us to connect or meet new people.
Now, Mayor Brandon Johnson has talked about the role parents should play in stopping gatherings from getting out of hand. We talked to a parent today who says it should be a community effort.
If we need to be out when they're out, then we need to change our hours from when we
Alex and Allison, these
work as organizations to fit the schedule of our youth. When they say hold the youth accountable, hold everyone accountable, not just the parents, hold the community accountable.
So today's
Ain't your
hearing was led by
kids.
26 Ward Alderperson Jessie Fuentes. She is the chair of the Subcommittee on Youth Employment. She tells me this is a first of a series of conversations that could help drive legislation and funding for these spaces and more.
Okay,
Back to you, Al.
That's enough of that, man. That's enough of that. That's enough of that, man. That's retarded. Let me just tell you right now. I'm sitting here watching these kids as they sitting in that courthouse, whatever that room is, they all sitting in and reading from the pieces of paper that's sitting in front of them. And I could tell they all lying. That ain't how they genuinely feel about nothing. That ain't how they feel. You take away the free spaces and you expect us not to go to the beach, not to go downtown? No. Ain't nobody telling you can't go down there. They telling you got to behave yourself when you go down there. How does your behavior automatically mean you can go to these places based on the way you acting? No, you should stay in your neighborhood. What you want to leave your neighborhood for and take it with you? Why? I don't understand that. And why it got to be free? What you mean they took away free spaces? What was the free spaces? What were the free spaces? Outside is your free space. What are you talking about? Why you got to go somewhere or be in somebody's infrastructure, inside of somebody's business, if you don't want to behave yourself accordingly? Act accordingly. That's all they telling you to do. This is our city and we deserve to be a part of it. You is a part of it. Just, unfortunately, you're a part of the worst part. The worst part of it. And you want to bring the worst part to the best part. And they saying, hey, man, no. Which is what they've always said. This ain't nothing new phenomena. Mamas and daddies and them wasn't going downtown, wasn't going to the beach. They stayed in their neighborhoods with their behavior because they wasn't allowed to go down there. Nowadays, you actually allowed to go down there. And they don't say nothing right away. But if it's 200-300 of you and y'all all acting up and acting a fool, tearing up things, then they supposed to tell you can't come down there. But they didn't say you couldn't go down there, right? So you can go down there all you want to. Why I got to be 30 of you? Talking about ain't nowhere to go to meet new people. In order to do what? What are you wanting to meet new people to do? Just lay it out. And that's what I'm talking about. You don't have a constructive plan. You're wasting time. You want to go down there not just to waste your time, because you ain't got nothing to do, so you say, because you ain't got no imagination. You want to waste time with people who have something constructive to do. That's why they there. They not just downtown or at the beach because they ain't got nothing to do. They there because they led up to this moment. Whatever it was that they was doing for the rest of the week, that they decided that that's what they going to do on this day or that day, they don't want to have to come across somebody who's only there to waste time, who's only there to further whatever it was that they was doing in their neighborhoods and at their house. And this lady at the end, well, she talking about the community, the neighborhoods, the people, the parents need to change their schedules according to kids. Why would y'all change according to some kids? The kids' schedule is supposed to pertain or supposed to evolve around y'all's. Whatever it is that you've outlined for your kids to be doing at whatever time of the day it is, that's what they supposed to be doing. What does that have to do with? I see stuff like this, man, and it lets me know that I truly have an elitist mind. My mindset, my brain is elitist because I look at something like that and I say, no, that's not the answer. That's a waste of time, and it's not constructive. And as I'm sitting up here looking at them, these kids look like they could be my little cousin. My kids gonna look like that. You dig what I'm saying? I looked like that. I look like it now. But what's in the mind? What's actually in the mind? And as they sitting up there reading from their paper, I know that is not an elite brain that they got, because you wouldn't have to go up there and say it. Who are you appealing to? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? You talking to legislators, aldermen, talking to city councilmen, lawmakers? Who are you talking to? Because you should be talking to your peers. That's who you should be appealing to. You should be appealing to the people that's your age who want to go to these same places that you want to go to, but instead of going down there for constructive reasons, instead of going over there to be productive, they want to be destructive. They want to tear things up. You should be talking to them about, hey, man, we should be able to be in these spaces, but they want to limit our access because of the behavior that ensues after we get there. Hey, Can we have a community outreach to the kids to learn how to behave themselves, etiquette classes?